That was a crazy first week of NFL football. We got a lot to talk about. Hey there, and welcome into the Shmoo Cruise NFL Picks. Week 2, I am the Catalyst. With me, as always, is Bromank. How's it going?
What's up, Shmoo Crew?
All right, man. Okay, let's start with the first week. That was before we even pull up our results. What a crazy week for injuries. J.K. Dobbins, who won't probably be playing a single snap ever again in the NFL. And I kind of feel... I got a new segment here. I got a kind of feeling that this is a hot take. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to play another snap in the NFL. Ever. What do you think?
Nah, I mean, he'll definitely play again. He'll be training in spring.
He took so much time to make up his decision about coming back the first time. I can't imagine going through all this pain and all this stuff is going to be worth it to do it again, but I guess we'll see. So let's take a look at last week's results. There we go. So teams listed are the ones that won their games. And of course, as you can see, I am currently 9-7. Bromank is 7-9, and this is very rare. So usually he beats me in all these kind of things. So get used to this. Don't get used to this, rather. We got a whole slate of games coming up that are going to be crazy fun to do. But before that, let's push this and remind you guys to please like, subscribe, and click that little bell, because that will let you know when we send out new videos, and you'll be the first ones to get to see them. All right, you ready? Let's get into week number 2. Here we go. First game, Thursday night, Vikings in Philly. Oh man, this is gonna be It's gonna be a good game. I mean, right away, I'm just going with Philly. My buttons aren't working. Why aren't my buttons working? Uh-oh. My buttons aren't working. Okay, we'll just make sure everyone knows. I'm going for Philly on this one. It's just they're too strong of a team. They did pretty decent this last week, whereas the Vikings, they did okay, but I just don't, especially in Philly, that's a hard place to go into and win. So I got the Philadelphia Eagles on this one.
Yeah, if I was crazy, I'd be picking the Vikings here, but I'm not that crazy. I got Eagles here.
Not a trap game?
Nah, I mean, it's week 2.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if the buttons work on this one. I think they're going to work coming up here in the next one, I think. So right now, okay, it's where I want it to be anyway. I think the Bengals are going to win this. I think Joe Burrow is going to bounce back, man. That was a horrible performance from him. Actually, the whole Bengals team. Whereas, the Ravens didn't look as bad. They looked pretty okay, minus the absence now of J.K. Dobbins, who tore his Achilles, right? And he will be out for the season, and as we said, probably for the rest of his career NFL. I don't see him playing anymore. He's too accident prone, and we'll see what happens. But Joe's going to make a comeback, and they're going to be in Cincinnati. I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I've got the same thing here as you again. I don't like Ratbirds without their star running back again. It's just a repeat of last year. This might be the game of the week, though. It's gonna be a close game.
You're not on the Gus bus?
No, never happened. I don't think the Ravens are either.
Okay, so what if they were to bring in someone? We were talking about this, a Kareem Hunt, or who else is available?
Leonard Fournette.
What if they were to grab one of those two guys? Would that change it at all?
No, they do it every year, and it doesn't work.
I agree. I don't see it happening. So let's see if the buttons work on this one. I have a good feeling about this one. You want you to take this one first?
Yeah. I mean, I like the Lions. Lions are my team in this year.
It worked.
Yeah, I'm not C though.
Oh, yeah. No, you're a B. I'm C.
Yeah,
Okay.
Seahawks got destroyed by the Rams last week, who I picked to be the worst team in football. It could have just been a fluke, but after getting destroyed like that and the Lions beating the Chiefs, I don't see how I could be picking the Seahawks in this game.
Right. You got the Seahawks on the low and the Lions flying high right now. And after beating the Chiefs and they're at home, I keep saying that, but I mean, that's a good one for them, especially off a win with the against the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. I definitely see that happening. Seahawks, I didn't think they would be that bad last week, but it, like you said, might be a fluke, and they might be okay, but they're not okay enough to beat the Lions. So now we both got the Lions. Next game. Oh wow,
Not another one of these.
Another one of these. You know, I think I'm gonna go for the Texans. It's such a bad game altogether.
Yeah, let me look up something real quick.
The Colts really didn't show me what I was hoping to see. I didn't think they'd be great, but I kind of hoped they would be better than what they were. I think that new young Texans team will step up. It's just going to be a bad game. It's just not going to be. It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
So it's
Could go either way already.
It's a divisional game against the two teams that probably have no chance of making it of winning the division, but it's still a divisional game.
I'm just looking something up real quick.
No worries. That's why we're here. We got the computers, and we're able to research some things that come to our mind.
All right. I have my pick.
Uh-oh. What'd you pick?
I'm going for Colts. I want to make sure Anthony Richardson will be healthy for the game. He will be. Let's hope he doesn't injure himself again in week 2. How he runs is scary. He's very good at running, and he actually threw pretty well, which was something I didn't predict.
Surprising.
They almost beat Jacksonville until like the last few minutes there. Colts looked good. Anthony Richardson looked way better than I expected. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, I mean, to hear you talk before, you didn't seem to have high hopes for him. But it is kind of crazy.
He'd run well, but not throw well. He threw pretty well.
Well, it's kind of crazy to hurt yourself on your very first game, not only with a new team like Aaron Rodgers did, but in the NFL. And that's always kind of like a little bit worrying is he going to be that guy that can't stay healthy? So it'll be good. I'm not calling the Texans a blowout or a guarantee. That's just I think they're going to edge it out with this one. So let's hit this here. The Bears.
Oh God.
Versus the Bucs.
This week's tough.
Yeah. What do you got?
I think I'm gonna go Bears. They lost week 1. Bucs won week 1 in a huge upset. I don't know. I don't know if I ride with that Baker Mayfield hype. He had a good week 1. Can he keep it going?
I really want to call this a trap game. I really, really do. Evans.
For who?
To go for the. I don't know. I feel like the Bears are going to be favored all around, aren't they? Even though they lost. You think
ESPN is 60-40 for Bucs.
Okay. I mean, I just. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Bam, right there. I'm going to do it. I am willing Baker Mayfield to do good. I want him to do good somewhere. I don't think he'll ever be like top 5, but I want him to be a top 10 quarterback somewhere and feel that whole idea of being a quarterback without just constantly being criticized, which it's going to happen. So let's go Bucs, Mike Evans, and
who did they beat? They beat the Vikings.
Yeah, that's not an easy task.
It was by 30.
Because that was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, yep. All right, that's our first one we differ. Second one we differ on. Yep. We're going to change things up again. Okay. Oh, man. Two great teams. The Chiefs obviously just fell apart. Is Kelsey playing?
Yeah, he should be.
Okay, well,
I think
then
he could have played last week, to be honest.
yeah,
I think they just thought they'd be fine.
well, and guess what? They signed Chris back, so
Yep. On a
I
really weird contract, but
yeah, well, just 1 year, right? One season.
not even 1 year. It's like this season.
Yeah.
It's not an extension. It's just adding to this year.
Okay, cool. No, I feel like any other day, Trevor Lawrence is one of the best, and that team is going to be amazing. I think I think the Chiefs are going to be mad, and Kelsey's going to come back. He's going to be mad, and their defense is going to be mad, and everything's going to be bad for the Jags.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be going with the Jags here. I don't like the Chiefs this year. I just don't. Chris Jones is just getting back with the team. It's not like he's been in training camp with them at all. I think it'll take him a few weeks to get, or not a few weeks. He'll be ready like week 3, but I don't think he's gonna be quite ready yet for a tough team like the Jags.
Yeah, Chris Jones, you'd like to, if you're a Chiefs fan, you'd like to see him come back to a much easier contest than the Jags, but it is what it is. So there you go. Wow, we're starting to really differ on a lot of these now. This is interesting. You got the Packers versus the Falcons.
Both are 1-0.
Both are 1-0. This is another. I feel like it's another tough one. I had to go with the Falcons, and I'll tell you the reason why. Main reason why, and that is the lack of Aaron Jones on the Packers. I think Jordan Love did okay. Still didn't get credit. I mean, they still didn't really. I feel like he could have done better. Didn't they sign another guy in or something for him? Or no, not yet.
Oh, is Aaron Jones out?
Aaron Jones is out. Well, according to my fantasy football, he is marked orange with 0. So I mean, as of right now, that's the only thing I can speculate. But it's not on there that he is officially out. But
yeah, he wasn't at practice on Wednesday for his hamstring.
Yeah, and those hamstrings, they can be tough. So I'm going on the assumption that he's out. But you know what? Even if he is in, I'm still picking the Falcons just because he's definitely going to be, even if he's in, he's going to be limited and not be able to go like he normally would. So that's what I got.
All right. So I went ahead and looked up the Packers score just because I want to see exactly what happened each quarter. From when Aaron Jones got out, they scored 2 more touchdowns, so I'm not too worried.
Okay.
About missing Aaron Jones here. I am going to go Green Bay. They were a really solid squad week 1. Jordan Love lived to his expectation that people were giving him. I did not believe in him, but he looked good.
I feel like I kind of believed in him. Like I said, he's been in the league for long. He just needed to prove it because all of his other starts, I mean, every time we've ever seen him before, not really that great. So
it's gonna be one of the first weeks you see me not on the Falcons. I love the Falcons squad.
Yeah, I do too. And that's this was another close one. It's definitely not. It's gonna be a great game to watch. I can't tell. It's probably going to be the early game on Fox. So then we got the Raiders.
12 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah. What'd I say?
Yeah.
Early game. Okay.
Yeah. It is 12 on Fox. So.
Raiders versus. Oh my gosh! What happened to the Bills? The Chiefs and Bills both lost. The Bengals lost.
And Bengals, yeah. All the good quarterbacks sucked. Lamar won, but he sucked. Dak won, but he sucked.
Deshaun won.
I think he played decent. People were saying.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions to Whitehead alone, and didn't he have like another interception and then a fumble? I know he lost a fumble, and I think he may have had another interception. It was just a bad day. I don't think
lead the league in turnovers.
I don't think we're going to see that bad day again. I think they're going to take it. They're back. They're up home in Buffalo. Raiders got to travel a long way from Vegas, and Yeah, the Raiders didn't really convince me last week. So even though Buffalo really didn't either, they're not gonna have two bad games in a row.
Yeah, I did predict Buffalo to be third in their division. I knew they were kind of being overshot or like overhyped this season, but they're not so overhyped if they're going to lose to the Raiders. Raiders barely get squeak out a win against very hurt Broncos.
Do you still call him third after Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have Jets second.
Yeah, I think I would have to switch those around and have Jets or have Jets third. Just we'll see. We'll see what Garrett Wilson. Well, we'll talk about it later. Let's get to the next one here. Oh, Tannehill.
Probably the hardest week to predict here.
I don't think so. I mean, Eckler. I think Eckler's hurt, but I think he's a monster. I think he's going to play. I don't think it's even going to really restrict him a whole lot. Still have Herbert, still have their wide receiving core. Whereas on the other side of the ball, you have Tannehill, and you just don't want Tannehill. I mean that's almost the main reason I'm picking the Chargers for this.
I think that was a huge outlier game for Tannehill. He's only thrown 3 interceptions 4 times in his career. One being that playoff game that everybody talks about, one being last week, and then 2 in his rookie year. He does not do that often. It's a very outlier of a game for him. That being said, I'm going to be taking the Chargers here.
But the playoff game, wasn't that just last year?
2 years ago.
Oh, that was 2. Okay. Yeah, because that was just wrong.
I didn't say make the playoffs last year.
Okay. Well, there you go. He does any more like that, and I think we're going to see Malik Willis come in, and that'll be interesting to see.
So my issue with Tennessee is Tajay Spears, their backup running back, had more snaps than Derrick Henry.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know what they're doing.
Offensive coordinator call?
I think so. Derrick Henry only had like 10 rushes or something like that. Let me check real quick.
Is he like secretly injured, like or nursing an injury, and just that's his call, or is that an offensive coordinator thing? I wonder.
He had 15 carries. He had way more carries than Tajay Spears, I believe. He had way more carries, but Tajay Spears was on the field way more. Derrick Henry played a great game. It did not look like he was injured. He just didn't get the snaps that he should be getting.
Right. Well, we agree on that one. So let's check out. I want to make sure. Yeah. Hold on one second. I want to make sure we get this right. Yeah, Tennessee. There we go. San Francisco at the Rams. San Francisco. Wow. I mean,
best team in football.
Yeah. I mean, just they destroyed Pittsburgh in every single aspect. The only
even punting.
Oh yeah, way. The only bright spot Pittsburgh had at all was T.J. Watt, but that he got 3 sacks, I think.
Yeah, if you don't have a T.J. Watt on your team, which hey, they do. They have Aaron Donald. But if you don't have one of those players, you're not getting through the 49ers offense.
Right, and I do feel like the Steelers have a little bit more to offer than the Rams. So besides TJ or Aaron in this case, so yeah, there's just no getting past. It's gonna be a while, I think, before we see a matchup that we predict against San Francisco. Which brings us to, oh man, really, the
worst offense versus one of the worst teams.
One of the worst teams that actually came a little bit closer to beating Washington than I thought.
Josh Dobbs did all right. He got the okay for starting week 2.
Yeah. I like Dobbs. I don't think. Wow, I don't know if this is a hot take. You tell me. There.
Oh, that's very hot.
That's very hot. Okay, wow, that's a hot take then. So I have to do it. I don't see the Giants doing great. They stunk it up. Worst team of the week. And that was a week that had the Steelers.
Yeah.
So I assume that means you're going to New York land.
I am. Cardinals are not good.
I know.
Just because Giants had a bad week on a week one, I'm not really gonna go crazy here and pick the Cardinals over them.
I would normally agree with you. I guess this is my trap game. I mean, I don't expect them to be that bad, but they're rattled and they were just horrible. I don't know if they just weren't on the same page, what was going on. It was just horrible. So that's our picks for there. Okay, now this ought to be really good. You got Wilson, who didn't get he came in and got the win somehow, and still kind of just didn't get any credit. No respect, really. They're just not. They wanted Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers being out is going to affect Garrett Wilson greatly. You're going to see some catches. I mean, they played last year together, the Wilson to Wilson team, but I think he'll have a good year. But it's not going to be like what they thought they were going to get with Rodgers.
Zach Wilson's bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, he came up with a win. But then you got Dak and Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb and just a great team that back in Dallas. Yeah, I don't know. I've got them for sure.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Cowboys offense. They're not gonna be on the field much. Cowboys defense will just do it all again. You got Zach Wilson.
Sack Wilson, more like it. Huh. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
No.
No, okay.
Ew.
Oh, Washington versus the Broncos. Our friends Mike and Corey are actually going to be at that game out in Denver, our family. And I told Mike that I was sorry, but I think he's going to see the Broncos lose to that. I think the Washington, they had that win, and I think they're working on a high, even though it was against the Cardinals. Everything I said about last week, they just had it going. And, they do have the air difference in Denver that's a little tricky, but I'm riding with the Commanders for this.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to Broncos here. Jerry Jeudy's back. Russell Wilson finally has that extra target. We thought we were going to see him last week. We did not.
So you think it's going to be a big week for Russ?
No.
It's just not going to be as bad as for Sam.
It's going to be like 14-13.
Oh, that'll be an exciting game. That'll be very exciting. Okay, this is just,
Well, you know where I'm going.
boom. Yeah, Tariq had an amazing game. Waddle, not as much. Tua, oh, man. Quarterback, just what a great quarterback. And he's definitely, he keeps playing like this. He's definitely in the top. He's in that top, that three. The top three, not 5, 3, with Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. If he keeps playing like that, I think he's going to, they'll say Burrow who? Joe what? So that's who I got easily.
Yeah, Dolphins are very good. Patriots almost beat the Eagles, though. So I'm not discrediting the Patriots here. It's just I have my division winners in this game.
Yep.
I don't think Dolphins will be stopped for a while.
Oh, man. Can you imagine if week 2 we saw Dolphins versus 49ers? Do they play this year? I wonder.
I'm not sure.
That is going to be amazing if both teams keep playing to what they've been playing to. So then we got, that was Sunday night, and this is Monday, the first game on Monday, which is the Saints versus the Panthers. And I'm going to Do I like Derek Carr enough? I do not. I do not like Derek Carr enough. I'm going to go with the Panthers at home. I just think it's going to be close. It's going to be close. The Saints they have Olave, right? That's Saints.
Yep, Chris Olave.
That's
Michael Thomas.
I know.
Rashid Shaheed.
I know.
Still without Kamara.
I don't.
Imagine
yeah.
they go 3-0 without Kamara.
Oh. Well, I mean, so Kamara, though, if you remember, I feel like he was a monster for a long time. And then he kind of cooled off there for a little bit. Like, he wasn't the extreme monster, at least in fantasy points. He wasn't the extreme monster that he was. We'll see after this nice 4-week vacation and all the, all the off season, if he'll be able to come back and he'll be rusty or just get it done. So you're taking the Saints?
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints in here. They barely squeaked out a win against the Titans. They actually got a really lucky call against Tennessee with the refs. Everybody's kind of blowing up about it. It was an obvious fumble. Kevin Byard was all the way down to the 25-yard line running the fumble, and then they blew the whistle dead when he was about to get the touchdown.
Oh.
And then
Tennessee fans were not happy.
Yeah, you can review and all, but once they call the play dead,
right,
you lost your touchdown, and they didn't even get the ball. I don't think it was interesting. That was the craziest start of the game. The Saints fumbled on the opening kickoff against Tennessee, but they still made it out with a win, scoring 16 points. Their defense was on point, stopped Titans to 5 field goals.
On paper, the Saints are the better team, but I'm still gonna roll with the Panthers on this one.
You really like Bryce Young and Miles Sanders.
We'll see. Call it a trap game. We'll see. And finally, the late game next Monday night. The 1-0 Browns versus the 0-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Deontay Johnson out for several weeks.
So do you want to hear something interesting about
Cam
this game?
Hayward out. What's this? Let me hear your stat.
There's 2 insane streaks going on right now in the NFL.
Okay.
One is Monday night at Pittsburgh. Steelers are on a 20-game streak.
Yep. They're always great on Monday nights.
In Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Another
yeah,
one
especially, yeah.
is teams are on a 15 losing streak after playing the 49ers.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So after the 49ers win, if the 49ers
Yeah, if the 49ers beat the Steelers, so they're going to be predicted to lose, according to that stat.
Steelers,
so you got both ways. You got a stat where
there's 2 crazy streaks, yeah. One of them will be broken. A 15-game or a 20-game streak will be broken.
I think I'm not a big fan of Watson at all. I do think they have a team that could be contenders. Not necessarily. I still don't think this year. They won because Burrow and the Bengals.
It was the Bengals week 1. Bengals suck week 1. We know it.
Yeah, I don't think the Browns beat the Bengals as much as the Bengals beat themselves. And Pittsburgh, I mean, Cam Hayward out, Johnson out.
What about Freiermuth? We know.
Last I saw, he was questionable. Yeah, look at that. They're still in Pittsburgh, which that was another thing last week. That happened in Pittsburgh. That was rough. Regardless, for me, whether Freiermuth is in or not, I'm getting back. The Steelers are. Mike Tomlin's he's not gonna be happy. He's probably making those boys work so hard that their kids can feel it.
They're optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh,
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and they have Najee's that O-line. I thought the O-line. it's so hard to judge out O-line because everyone, me included, was like, the O-line's going to be better this year. Najee's going to get more runs and everything, which he got more yards per carry. He just didn't carry it a lot. But it's hard, I guess, to judge that offensive line when you're playing against the 49ers, who just were amazing. So this will be I feel like this will be a more of an equal test to see if the offensive line can hold
it's
up.
Myles Garrett. It's not like it's an easy matchup again.
Well,
Our offensive line is being tested first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wonder who they got next week. I can't remember, but
yeah, I don't remember.
They need a break, but I think they're going to get it. I got the Steelers. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Come on, I dare you to pick the Browns.
Nah, you'll never see me pick the Browns. I'm picking the Steelers here.
Good man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough start. There's not much to say for the Steelers. There's no excuses. It was a bad game.
I feel like
I'm not going to be in an overreaction for the Browns beating the Bengals. We see this every year for the Bengals. What do you expect out of Joe Burrow when he doesn't play the whole preseason and then has to go into week 1? Week 1 is his preseason.
That's been going around a lot. There's some people on the Rich Eisen show who feel that they need to bring preseason back to where these players that aren't playing at all aren't getting conditioned. You're just seeing really bad games. That probably is one of the reasons that explains some of the really poor performances from the Steelers.
Joe Burrow was injured.
Yeah, but he has other players around him. It's not all on the quarterback. A lot of it is, but it's not all on the quarterback. I guess we'll see that here in New York soon. So, well, there you go. That is our picks. We have, I'm just looking to see here. Nope, that's it. That's all the picks. Yep. And I'm feeling confident with my picks. We have a lot that are different. And
same as last week.
Same as last week. But, well, let's do this here. Let's, okay.
It's leaking a whole bunch of stuff. What was that?
What was that?
I don't know. You leaked a lot.
Well, I'm going to cut that out in editing. No one will ever know what just happened. So, luckily, we didn't start the music yet. But I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. And we got a great week set up for you next week. And tune in. Until then, I'm the Catalyst. That's Bromank. Here we go.